WVII Bangor.
From the Great North Woods to the Rock Mountain Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a group rallies in Bangor calling for paid medical leave for Maine families.
Plus, Maine lawmakers consider the creation of harm reduction centers to help prevent more overdose deaths.
And we'll hear about a unique club at Bangor High School that's using their special skills to help others. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We'll have those stories coming up, but first we're going to start with a look at the weather. What a beautiful day yesterday.
Yesterday was great.
You went for a hike, you said, up Chick Hill.
Yeah, I was in a t-shirt, I was sweating, and there were no bugs. That trio of things was like, wow.
Yeah, it feels so nice after the long, cold winter. Today won't be quite as sunny, but it will still be warm up into the 60s. May see a break of the sun, too.
Yep.
But it's just really that nice time of year we can enjoy.
We have a nice week ahead of us.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. All right, let's get into things this morning. We do have a small crowd advisory that is posted until about 2 p.m. as we head towards Wednesday, though. Note today is Tuesday. We'll be dealing with gusty winds today and also into tomorrow. That will cause wave heights to increase. For now, though, we have a little bit of energy moving through this morning. Some of you may have noticed a few raindrops. Most of you should have stayed dry, but overall, looking pretty good as we do start things off this morning. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Most of the coast looking pretty good. You have to look further off towards the north to notice some energy moving in from Canada. That'll be moving in our direction. A few raindrops cannot be ruled out later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky expected. Those raindrops are possible later on tonight, but as we head towards your Wednesday, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds will be a common theme. We'll notice some winds from time to time, increasing to about 15 miles per hour sustained, maybe getting even higher at times. And notice we maintain that even as we head towards your Wednesday. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showing a mostly cloudy sky, temperatures rising into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A coalition is calling on the Maine legislature to join other states that require employers to provide paid family medical leave. They gathered with supporters in Bangor on Monday to talk about why it's so important. Our Matthew Durantzik has the story.
Outside Bangor Public Library Monday afternoon, Mainers for working families pushed for legislation that would provide a way for Mainers to take some time off for family or medical reasons.
We've never become closer to passing this program in the past several decades of advocacy than we are right now. And Mainers can't wait a moment longer for this to happen.
The press conference was called after the organization recently released an open letter signed by more than 100 healthcare providers calling for an established paid family leave policy. Among those who attended the conference was Senator Maddie Daughtry. She says the state needs to do a better job in taking care of its citizens.
Maine is an outlier in New England. We are the only state that does not have some sort of paid family medical leave program, and 13 other states have already passed this already.
Statistics from the nonprofit organization Maine Paid Family Leave show 77% of Mainers do not have access to paid family and medical leave. Penobscot Community Healthcare's Chief Executive Officer Noah Nesson says he's witnessed firsthand the effects of not having that option.
To me, paid family medical leave makes a lot of sense to help reduce that barrier for people to do the right thing for themselves or for a loved one.
Mabel Wadward Center Community Engagement Coordinator Aspen Rowland says it's time for the state to do the right thing.
People should be able to take care of their health and their well-being, their families and their loved ones without having to worry about keeping the lights on, keeping the heat on. And, we deserve to be able to take care of ourselves.
Senator Daughtry is heading to Jackson Laboratories to meet with several Maine businesses and is expected to travel across the state to push this matter. In Bangor, Matthew Durantzik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news this morning, a Waterville woman accused of setting small fires with Molotov cocktails has been found not responsible by reason of insanity. According to the Kennebec Journal, 37-year-old Melissa Brezhnyk was arrested last year for starting multiple fires with Molotov cocktails made from wine bottles. A number of small fires were found near Cool Street in Waterville. According to police, Brezhnek was in a mental health crisis when the fires took place and called police for help. She is currently at a psychiatric facility in Bangor, where she'll remain until she's no longer a threat to the public.
Detroit Fire responded to the corner of River Road and Bean Lane for a grass fire. Our crew arrived on scene around 3:30 Monday afternoon. We were told by a firefighter that a grass fire had started and spread near a trailer at 2 Bean Lane. That home was spared, but the fire continued to spread to a neighbor's property and destroyed an RV being used as a shed. It was also stopped before it damaged a nearby home. Crews from Detroit, Plymouth, Pittsfield, and Newport all responded to the scene.
'Tis the season for grass fires. Well, meanwhile, a happy ending to the search for a missing 11-year-old girl in Damariscotta. Authorities were called yesterday after the child became upset with her mother about having to go to school. Her mom thought she was going to the car when she left the house around 8 o'clock Monday morning, but she wasn't there when she came outside to drive her to school. Friends and family searched for her and called police when they couldn't find her. Game wardens, a state police pilot, and a drone from the sheriff's department were all called in to look for the girl. Game warden Jake Voter and his dog Coda started searching near the family's home, and that's when the canines started circling around a pine tree about 200 feet up into the woods. The warden didn't see anything at first, but eventually noticed the girl about 20 feet up in the tree. That's when she climbed down from the tree and was reunited with her very relieved family members. She just went to hide for a little while, Emma.
Well, a trial that could determine the future of CMP's proposed $1 billion hydropower corridor is underway. Central Maine Power's parent company, Avangrid, argues they have a vested right, quote unquote, to finish the project, even though construction was suspended in November of 2021 when Maine voters rejected the corridor. The jury, made up of Cumberland County residents, could decide whether construction of the project can proceed despite being stopped by voters in 2021. The battle over CMP $1 billion transmission corridor has been fought in the legislature, regulatory proceedings, and the ballot box.
Lawmakers and advocates in Maine are speaking out following conflicting federal rules over the abortion pill. They could become illegal in just 4 days after a federal judge revoked FDA approval. A.J. Douglas talked to stakeholders to learn more about the fate of the abortion medication here in Maine. Next story, we'll have that for you coming up in just a few moments. All right, let's move on now. I'll go ahead and read it. The Jonesport Planning Board's decision to allow the Kingfish project to move forward is coming under fire. A group called Protect Down East has filed a court appeal. Protect Down East calls the project an industrial-sized fish farm. An attorney for the group pointed to the state's acknowledgement that the water quality would be downgraded or degraded, but then relied on one study which found that social and economic benefits outweighed the environmental damage to the coastal community. Protect Down East says at the end of the day, the Jonesport Planning Board had stricter guidelines than the state and chose to go with a lesser restrictive standards, which the group claims was a legal error.
Lake Road in Levant is closed indefinitely following a culvert failure over the weekend. The culvert allows the Black Stream to pass under Lake Road, which serves about 500 vehicles per day. The Maine Department of Transportation says the culvert, which is nearly 40 years old, showed no immediate signs of potential failure and was listed in fair condition. MDOT is planning to replace it with either a new culvert or a bridge, which was already part of the department's 3-year work plan. MDOT says it's moving the project along as quickly as possible, but the agency says Lake Road will not reopen until 2024 or 2025. There is a detour available that is approximately 6 miles long.
All right, and there's some quick breaking news right now for you. Just came across the printers before we came out here. Governor's Restaurants is being sold. Governor's has several locations throughout Maine. Really, it's a family-owned restaurant owned by the Wadleys for many years, but he is retiring. And instead of selling it off to some other big company, they decided to sell it to one of their longtime employees who's going to be taking it all over. So we'll be hearing more about the sale of Governor's Restaurants, I'm sure, coming up.
Nice. I love to hear when a restaurant is sold to a long-term employee.
Yeah,
that's
I
excellent.
like Governor's, too. They have good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, the time is now 6:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, it's a controversial idea that's meant to to save lives. We'll hear about an effort to create recovery and harm reduction centers in Maine.
But first, another check of our weather forecast. A mostly cloudy day today with some breaks of sun. The highs will be up near 64 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight with lows dropping down to the low 40s. Tomorrow, another partly cloudy and windy day. The highs tomorrow, 57.
Wow, with fuel prices quickly rising and no end in sight, isn't it time to give Black's Heat Pumps a call? Did you know heat pumps could save you up to 50% on your heating bill? Our experts can handle all your commercial and residential work and provide you with quality installation, repair, and maintenance. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Our number one priority is to save you money and keep you comfortable all year long. Get the service you deserve. Find us at blacksheatpumps.com and on Facebook.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
Building new or replacing an aging deck. Make the most of outdoor living with Trex composite decking and railing from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
It's kind of like Homeward Bound meets a Hallmark movie.
A former foster dog from Bangor has turned into a social media sensation.
One time we were like, oh, what would Tatum's voice sound like? He came out with the Tatum voice and it has stuck ever since.
We'll tell you all about Tatum Talks tonight on ABC 7 News at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. A proposed bill would authorize the creation of harm reduction centers in Maine. It would make Maine one of the few states where addicts can receive health screenings and other services while also using drugs in a supervised setting. As Devin Dagnall reports, supporters say it will help stop the growing number of overdose deaths.
Monday afternoon, the Standing Committee on Health and Human Services heard testimonials regarding LD 1159. Sponsored by Representative Lori Osher of Orono, the bill would allow for the creation of overdose prevention centers across the state for 2 years after its approval. Those centers would provide a space for people to use pre-obtained substances under the supervision of addiction medicine physicians and nurses.
There's a whole suite of services that are already legal and available. This is the one piece that is not legal yet. So this bill says that people can bring the drugs that they have found or they have purchased or whatever into this place, and that the people who are working in that place will not be held liable for that.
Osher states that the centers would also provide resources for drug rehabilitation. According to Osher, LD 1159 has received tripartisan support from Republicans, Democrats, and independents alike, despite opposition for the bill coming from Governor Janet Mills.
It's unfortunate that it's taken this long to be talked about in such a way. Even colleagues of mine have lost loved ones to overdose deaths. Every overdose is a policy failure.
By itself, LD 1159 doesn't guarantee the creation of any centers. Whether or not they come about is the decision of individual communities.
And actually what's embedded in there is that the communities have to approve it. It will only be in places where the town says that they want it.
Osher says if a community was to decide to create an overdose prevention center, it would cost Maine taxpayers nothing.
Why? Because our state is one of the states that's sued for the opiate producers, and so we have opiate settlement money. And so if this bill passes, that we would be proposing to request funding from the opiate settlement money.
In Augusta, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Ellsworth Fire Department has now secured its first ambulance. You can see Deputy Chief Doug Billette and Captain Tyler Kennedy standing next to the new rig, which was purchased through Ambulance Network of Elizabeth, New Jersey. In a Facebook post, the department said the unit will be used temporarily at first as a first responder non-transport vehicle to all medical calls in Ellsworth. Then, once the proper licensing and staff training has been completed and the needed medical equipment has been set up, it will then transition into full duty. The department thanked the Ambulance Network and the City of Ellsworth for their support.
University of Maine's Volunteer Ambulance Corps hosted an open house on Monday to show off some cool new safety equipment. The event marks the end of Phase 2 of upgrades to provide the vehicles with better internet service and safety cameras, as well as software to help create a safer care service.
It's going to help us integrate between units better. It's going to help us integrate our communications between what's going on in the back with the patient, with other healthcare providers. It's also going to help us hopefully be safer out there on the roads and create a safer environment for everybody else.
The University of Maine has had a volunteer ambulance corps for 50 years. This group is made up of all UMaine students that are on call 24/7 to take care of fellow students. The new upgrades to the ambulances will help keep both providers and patients safer while responding to emergency calls.
Social workers with Northern Light Home Care and Hospice came to the Durgan Center on Monday to discuss advanced care planning. The team answered questions from participants and discussed options for end-of-life care, including how families can plan ahead if a loved one becomes ill and cannot communicate their wishes. They also explained the process of becoming a power of attorney. Eastern Area Agency on Aging's Community Services Manager Jamie Alexiev highlighted the importance of having these conversations.
People just assume that they know what their family wants, and sometimes their family is going, I don't know what you want. If something happens, I'm not going to know what your best wishes are, and they struggle with the guilt if they made that wrong decision.
Alexiev says to reach out to Eastern Area on Aging if you have any questions or if you need any resources. They are certainly the pros when it comes to that kind of thing. They can help you with a lot of your needs.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, the time now is 6:16. After the break, we'll get an insider look at a special after-school club at Bangor High, members of which have been hurriedly knitting for a good cause.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
This week on GMA, Abbott Elementary's Lisa Ann Walter and Katherine Hahn are both here live.
I'm kind of into it.
Plus, Kristen Cavallari cooking things up, Denzel Washington, and an exclusive Celine Dion announcement. What will it be? This week, watch GMA.
Looking for a new work experience? Fox and ABC Bangor are partnering with local employers to feature the best local job opportunities, like this one.
Central Maine Exteriors is a home remodeling contractor specializing in windows, doors, siding, roofing, decks, as well as interior remodels and new construction. We are hiring framing and finishing carpenters. Call 290-2750. Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Buy your steak and meats for grilling this summer.
There seems to be like an endless amount of options for after-school activities available to students today. From robotics to chess, sports to theater, the list goes on and on. Bangor High School even has a knitting club. And as Jody Hersey tells us, it's just the right fit for those who love to make something out of nothing.
It's not too hard. Some people think it's hard, but personally, I enjoy it. I like the challenge of it.
Knitting is a skill as old as time, and it's making a comeback at Bangor High School.
You can make anything from like a dishcloth, which is like a simple square, to like clothes. Yeah, you can make anything, really.
Inside the Bangor High School library, nestled among shelves of books, the school's knitting club meets twice a month with yarn in hand.
I take pride in being able to teach anyone anything that I can within my caliber, and I just really like to see this skill grow in people.
The club, which was started by high school senior Delana Kessler, has members that enjoy both knitting as well as crocheting.
Knitting a hat is probably my favorite thing to do right now. I'm still a fairly new knitter, and hats are just so easy.
The knitting club isn't a large group. but its ability to give back to the community is tenfold. Earlier this year, the students made hats and donated them to the homeless shelter. Now they're working on items to send to Tanzania.
A WVII student in the nursing program reached out to me because she heard about our club, and she was like, you know what, we're taking a trip to Tanzania in May, and we're looking for some baby stuff, baby hats, washcloths, baby blankets. So that's what we're working on right now.
Students who are spreading kindness to the community and beyond while knitting together some great friendships along the way. In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Very nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think knitting is such a great social activity too, because I personally, I need something to do with my hands, and you can all sit with your friends and just chat and have something to do. It's perfect for TV too.
Yeah, I've had some friends that have done it. They say it's really relaxing too.
Yeah.
You kind of lose yourself in it.
Yeah, I've learned how to mend things just simply because, like, you need to be able to mend things, and it's nice to have something to do with your hands as you sit and relax and watch TV or whatever.
In their case, it keeps them social too.
Absolutely.
Which is also a good thing.
That's great. Good for them. All right, the time now is 6:21.
Let's get a full look at our forecast with Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. So small craft advisory is posted until about 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Wind will be the big issue, though, along the coast that will cause the wave heights to get active from time to time as well. We do have some energy that's currently moving through this morning. That's going to be causing a little bit of raindrops in a few spots. At least we may have seen that earlier this morning. But for the most part today, we're looking pretty good. The next opportunity for any raindrops will actually be later on tonight as another wave of energy starts to move through. Zooming things out, here's that cold front right about in here. That will start to approach in our direction later on tonight. Very limited moisture. We might notice a few raindrops. That's currently about it. So we'll go with a few sprinkles for the forecast later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky for us today. Here's the raindrops possible later on this evening. Nothing too ridiculous. By tomorrow morning, though, a lot of the clouds get out of here, so we'll see a lot of sunshine to start. Then a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the day. As we head towards Wednesday night, not too bad either, just a few passing clouds. But we'll keep some of those clouds going as we head towards Thursday morning. Gusty winds will be an issue, though. Here we go. Some gusts reaching up to around 20 to 25, even up to 30 miles per hour in a few spots. That's not only the case for today, but look what happens tomorrow and even tonight. Some gusty winds will be happening tonight and tomorrow, with some gusts reaching up to even 40 miles per hour in a few spots at times. So we'll need to be ready for that with the system that will be passing through. That'll make wave heights active. For now, they're calm at around 1 to 3 feet, but with that small craft advisory in effect, do expect these wave heights to increase as you do proceed forward in time. Our average high temperature is 51 degrees. Mid-60s is what we'll do today, with upper 50s on the way for your Wednesday, cooling off a bit, rising back in the mid-60s Thursday, lower 70s Friday, back in the mid-60s Saturday, and cooling off back into the 50s again as we get towards Sunday and also into your Monday. Either way, though, temperatures are warm, so we continue to melt snow. Nothing left in Bangor. Maybe some snow in the surrounding areas. You have to look further off towards the north for any snow that's still on the ground, and that's going to be melting fast with the warmer temperatures sticking around. Mid-60s today, mostly cloudy and breezy. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy, a few sprinkles possible. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-60s. Lower 70s on Friday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the mid-60s.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Have both Medicare and Medicaid? Now's the time to explore your options and choose the coverage that's right for you. Choose a plan that offers you more benefits at no additional cost. Millions of members turn to WellCare for benefits and services that go beyond basic Medicare and help them lead better, healthier lives. Choose a plan with zero or low monthly premiums, co-pays, and deductibles. And with WellCare, you don't just pay less, you get more. More dental with comprehensive coverage, including dentures and crowns. More vision and hearing with an eyewear allowance and hearing aids. Plus prescription drug coverage with $0 preferred generics and free home delivery. Call us at 1-877-267-8416 to speak to a friendly licensed representative and request a free all-in-one guide. There's no obligation. We're here to help you review your options to see if a WellCare plan is the right decision for you. WellCare has a large network of quality doctors and specialists. Plus, we offer PPOD SNPs with the freedom and flexibility to choose your preferred provider in some areas. Enjoy free over-the-counter healthcare items and free groceries with a healthy food card. Plus, free transportation to doctors and pharmacies and free meals delivered to your home. Get convenient access to care with our telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a free gym membership with online classes. WellCare is a leader in government-sponsored health care. It has been serving those with Medicare, Medicaid, and prescription drug for more than 35 years. Call now. We're here to answer your questions and even assist enrolling you over the phone. Choose the company that puts your health first. WellCare, Medicare done well. Call now and get a free copy of our all-in-one guide. 1-877-267-8416.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Lawmakers and advocates in Maine are speaking out following conflicting federal ruling over the abortion pill. They could become illegal in just 4 days after a federal judge revoked FDA approval. A.J. Douglas talked to stakeholders to learn more about the fate of the abortion medication here in Maine.
On Friday, a federal judge in Texas ordered a hold on abortion medication mifepristone, despite more than 2 decades of approval from the Food and Drug Administration. However, another federal judge from Washington state ordered U.S. authorities not to make any restrictions on the drug. 2 conflicting rulings, which put access to the medication in limbo.
Very upsetting. It is based in a political agenda. It is not based in safety concerns, in medical science. It is purely politically motivated.
According to Planned Parenthood, women can take abortion medication within 11 weeks of pregnancy. Mifepristone is usually paired with misoprostol. Health professionals report the secondary drug can stand alone if access to mifepristone is eliminated.
Even without mifepristone, we do still have medication available legally and safely.
Lawmakers in Maine are chiming in as the mixed rulings could potentially affect states across the country, even those that have continued to legalize abortion.
Those rights will be protected as best to our ability. A federal ruling makes some changes that we don't have as much control over.
Abortion medication has been prescribed through telehealth, even in states that have banned abortion. Anti-abortion advocates have disputed the use of telehealth services to be used to access abortion medication via mail. Republican Representative Reagan Paul has proposed LD 1249, an act to provide quality care by prohibiting physicians from prescribing abortion-inducing drugs here in Maine.
Telehealth is one of the things that we learned so well over the pandemic of how important it is in general, but especially for us as a primarily rural state.
The clash in rulings could result in the final decision to be made in the Supreme Court. There are currently 8 abortion bills proposed by Maine legislators at this time. In Bangor, A.J. Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Louisville, Kentucky, grappling with a deadly shooting at a bank. Gunman and bank employee, 25-year-old Connor Sturgeon, opened fire before the downtown branch opened, killing 5 people and injuring 8 others. Responding officers exchanged gunfire with the suspect, who is also dead. Fox News correspondent Garrett Tenney is in Louisville with the latest.
Families and loved ones are mourning the unexpected loss of multiple people killed in a mass shooting at a downtown Louisville bank.
The evil that took place today, we shouldn't hear the tears that were coming out from these families. And that right there sticks because they are weeping because someone decided that they wanted to take life today.
The gunman, an employee at the bank, entered the downtown branch of the Old National Bank around 8:30 Monday morning and opened fire at a conference room on the first floor using a rifle. Police say he was live streaming the attack on social media.
He had a long assault rifle, and you hear the shots just start firing. Whoever's next to me got shot and hit bloods on me from it.
Emergency responders arrived on the scene within 3 minutes of the first 911 calls. A shootout ensued, leaving the suspect dead and injuring Louisville police officer Nicholas Wilt. The 26-year-old rookie, only on the job since March 31st, was shot in the head and had to undergo brain surgery.
The next few days are important and very critical for Nicholas's recovery.
Following the deadly shooting, federal, state, and local officials searched the shooter's home about 5 miles from the bank. Police say he had no known criminal record prior to the mass shooting.
Authorities will be looking at his whole digital exhaust, everything that he's ever put out on the internet.
And to help authorities with the investigation, the FBI has set up a website to collect tips, photos, and videos from the incident. In Louisville, Kentucky, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
Well, meanwhile, President Biden has been briefed on the leak of classified Pentagon documents in recent weeks. Now the material is raising new questions about whether Ukraine can sustain a counteroffensive against Russia. Fox News senior correspondent Mike Tobin with that story.
Multiple U.S. agencies are assessing the leak of highly classified Pentagon documents. In recent weeks, dozens have been released on social media containing intelligence about China, the Middle East, and Ukraine. Documents originally posted in late February predicted Ukraine's military will run out of its main air defense munitions before late May.
There is no excuse for these kinds of documents to be in the public domain. They don't deserve to be. U.S. officials have been in touch with relevant allies and partners over the last couple of days at very high levels.
The leak comes as Ukrainian troops prepare for a counteroffensive against Russia. Moscow has largely avoided Ukraine's airspace in order to preserve its supply of jets. But if Ukraine runs out of key assets, Russian troops could take control of the skies and devastate the country's military and critical infrastructure.
The Russians have the benefit of knowing that information because the information that was collected and exposed includes the force posture, Ukraine's force posture, future operations, the quantity of weaponry.
The documents do have some inaccuracies, leading some to question whether they're authentic. And on Saturday, Ukraine's defense ministry accused Moscow of using the material to spread disinformation. The Kremlin firing back.
We know that there is a widespread inclination to blame Russia for everything, write off everything to Russia. This is a common disease.
Ukrainian officials say the document leak has not changed their strategic plans. In Kyiv, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Reports say at least 2 people were injured after a small plane crashed in Danbury, Connecticut. The crash happened in a residential backyard on Monday. It's unclear how many people were on board the aircraft at the time of the incident. 2 people were transported to a nearby hospital. The extent of their injuries is unknown. All right, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll check out the scene on the lawn at the White House yesterday as thousands of children gathered for the annual Easter egg roll.
We'll have that story and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
We've done so much since buying the tractor.
Getting, firewood from the woodshed to the house. I'll load up the bucket, and it's so much easier. Wintertime, the snow builds up here in the dooryard. If I want to move it out to get onto the trail here, the bucket is huge for that. We have a compost pile over there. I turn the compost pile with it. Use the pallet forks to move larger piles of brush. I use the stump bucket to dig the larger rocks out of the old buried stone wall.
There really isn't anything that machine can't do. Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
Inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
Come check us out. Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
In Maine, it's always truck season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we are celebrating New Ram Truck Month by carrying the complete line of hard-charging new Ram trucks from light to heavy duty. At Thornton Brothers, you'll find the right truck for cargo space and comfort for those long trips on the road. No matter what Maine throws at you, our trucks have you covered. So come on over and test drive any of our award-winning new Ram trucks at Thornton Brothers, 125 Main Street, Lincoln.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. Today, the sunrise occurs at 5:58 a.m. and it sets at 7:14 p.m., which means we've gained 20 minutes of daylight since the first day of the month. Definitely heading in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love when we start the show and there's already a little bit of daylight out already. That's awesome.
I like it later in the day when it stays lighter later in the day.
Right.
So.
Yep. All right. And today is also National Pet Day.
So make sure to treat them a little extra special and maybe share one of your cutest photos on social media to show off your furry friend.
All right, on this day in history, in 1890, New York's Ellis Island was designated as an immigration station. A few years later, in 1898, President William McKinley asked for a declaration of war against Spain. What followed was a war that lasted only about 10 weeks, although it had far-reaching effects for both the U.S. and Spain. In 1899, the Treaty of Paris officially ratified the end of the war, with Spain ceding Puerto Rico to the U.S. And on this day in 1951, U.S. President Harry S. Truman relieved iconic General Douglas MacArthur of his command of United Nations and United States forces during the Korean War, which led me on a spiral of just looking up MacArthur quotes.
Oh, it's so interesting that how things kind of petered out. He was such a hero during World War II, and then Korea, they had, a bunch of power struggles and things like that.
Right.
So that was that.
Yep.
For birthdays today, we have actor Jeremy Clarkson, known for his role in the show Top Gear, who is 63 today. Also, R&B singer Summer Walker is 27 today, and actress Millie Alcock, known for her role in House of the Dragon, is 23 today. I don't know a single one of those people. But
I know Summer Walker, I like her music, but no, the other ones I kind of had to stretch to find birthdays today that were kind of relevant.
Some days are like that. We just don't know who they are.
Right.
So.
Interesting history day, though.
Yeah. I liked House of the Dragon, though. I watched a few episodes of that.
Yeah, I haven't followed. When you're late to the party with Game of Thrones, you're really late to the party, and it's a lot to catch up on.
I watched Game of Thrones years later after it had already done, and kind of binged the whole thing. It was fantastic.
Very bingeable.
So,
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the weather now. Looks like a nice stretch of weather here. We will have a bunch of clouds today, but we'll see some sun. The good news is it's going to be nice and warm out there.
Yeah, still sweatshirt weather, which is a plus. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop, with a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. All right, let's get into things this morning. We do have a small craft advisory that is posted until about 2 p.m. as we head towards Wednesday, though. Note today is Tuesday. We'll be dealing with gusty winds today and also into tomorrow. That will cause wave heights to increase. For now, though, we have a little bit of energy moving through this morning. Some of you may have noticed a few raindrops. Most of you should have stayed dry, but overall, looking pretty good as we do start things off this morning. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Most of the coast looking pretty good. You have to look further off towards the north to notice some energy moving in from Canada. That'll be moving in our direction. A few raindrops cannot be ruled out later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky expected. Those raindrops that are possible later on tonight. But as we head towards Wednesday, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds will be a common theme. We'll notice some winds from time to time, increasing to about 15 miles per hour sustained, maybe getting even higher at times. And notice we maintain that even as we head towards your Wednesday. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showing a mostly cloudy sky, temperatures rising into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. Well, pardon the pun, but it was an exciting day at the White House for tens of thousands of children who participated in this year's Easter egg roll. And as it turns out, the state of Maine was represented in the festivities. Some 30,000 people, mostly children, were expected in 9 waves of participants, each wave of children rolling real Easter eggs to the finish line on the South Lawn. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden taking part in the festivities, as well as Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff. This beloved yearly event also coincides with the release of a set of commemorative wooden eggs. Once again, those wooden eggs were made by Maine company Wells Wood Turning and Finishing. The wooden eggs are sold as a fundraiser for the White House Historical Society, and though no exact counts were released, the number of wooden eggs ordered and made by the company's staff of 30 people is believed to be in the tens of thousands.
It's a lot of eggs.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was lucky. I got to bring my girls to the Easter egg roll like several years ago.
Really?
And it's quite the event they have there.
Yeah.
They talk about the waves of people. They'll keep you like blocks and blocks away from the White House. We were standing in the rain. Eventually, they let your wave in.
Standing in the rain.
Yeah, standing in the rain. You go up there and you do your thing.
So did they do the Easter egg roll in the mud?
No, it was the lawn, so it was
Okay,
nice. And,
okay.
and they had wonderful cookies. You can make cookies, all these things. My
Wow.
kids had a blast. And then they gave you one of those little eggs when you
Wow.
left. So everybody that went got one of the eggs. Anyway.
Very cool.
So it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Nice memory.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't until we went.
Cool. All right, well, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports.
We'll be right back.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota LO1 series is rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Powerful Kubota diesel engine, ease of operation, and your choice of a dependable Kubota gear or HST transmission. The durable Kubota LO1 series tractor. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
My insurance kept going up and up and up and up.
I was getting a lot of mail about Medicare, getting pretty confused about it.
I could never have navigated through the loopholes.
Somebody said something about Senior Planning Center.
I heard a senior planning center, so we called them.
Senior Planning Center was a lifesaver for us.
I couldn't begin to do it all on my own, but Senior Planning Center did it all.
Gave me all my options and signed me up with what I needed within an hour.
Senior Planning Center helped us so much.
Biggest help I could ever have asked for.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
A family-owned business located in Glenburn.
inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
Come check us out. Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7. Welcome back in, everyone, and thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the ice. This weekend marked 2 years since legendary Maine hockey coach Red Gendron passed away suddenly, Sunday to be exact, making a very special day for Bruins goalie and former Maine hockey goalie Jeremy Swayman. 2 years ago, Swayman was in Philadelphia with the Bees when he heard the news about his former coach and mentor. Fast forward 2 years, Swayman brought the Bruins their 63rd win on Sunday in Philly, setting the NHL record for wins in a season. Sway was seen after the game pointing to the sky to honor his late coach and mentor, and he says that it was nice to be able to secure a win like that on a day that means so much to him.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why today was special. 2 years ago, my all-time mentor and coach, Red Gendron, passed away today, and that was in the back of my head all day, and I wouldn't be here without him. He's taught me more than just to be a good hockey player, but a better person, and I mean, anyone that's come across him knows that he wants to know you as a person and make you better all around. So it was amazing how it all worked out to make an NHL record on this day, and I miss him a lot.
And the rest of the hockey world shares that same sentiment. Let's go to the softball diamond now, and we will head over to Bucksport, where the Golden Bucks are preparing for their 2023 campaign. Last year, Bucksport had a near-perfect regular season, losing just one game in Class C North before falling in the quarterfinal round of the regional tournament. The Bucks lost some seniors last year, but their ace, Ella Hosford, is back, as well as a bunch of key returners. They're hoping for more success this year and hopefully a deep run in the postseason.
I'm super excited. I mean, we've been waiting all year for softball season, so it's just great to be back out here. We have a lot of new girls, so there's a lot of talent coming in and a lot of different people to play different positions. And I think it's just the comeback year. We want to win.
Yeah, we're coming in hard. We want to win and come back from last year.
Now, up and down the lineup card, the Bucks are deep. And with only 2 seniors, a lot of that depth and talent is young. They've got some freshmen vying for starting roles and a lot of key sophomores and juniors. We were at practice last week, and the softballs were just flying off the bat. Talking to the team, it seems as if they also think the Bucks offense is going to be a force to reckon with this spring.
We have really good hitting. We have for the past 2 years, but we have a lot of new talent coming in. Even our youngers are hitting amazing. So I think it'll be a good year for hitting.
I'm definitely hitting. We have a lot of speed this year, which is good, and just a lot of youth and energy.
Staying with some softball now. Maine softball was down at Bryant this weekend, and then they stayed in the Ocean State for a non-conference doubleheader against the University of Rhode Island on Monday. Black Bears hoping to wrap up a quick road trip with a couple of wins against the A-10 Rams. First inning, Maine in a jam. Skylar Rapuano at the dish. She's going to laser this one into the gap. That's going to bring home all 3 runners, so the Rams take a 3-0 lead early. Couple of batters later, still in the first, Emily Power now. She is going to rip this one into left field. That's going to bring home those 2 runners on second and third. So Maine in a hole, down 5-0 early, but then they would settle in. Same score in the 5th. Nora Campo at the dish for the Bears. She rips this one into right, almost gets out. That goes off the fence. Jasmine Gray goes to third. Maine with a chance here. Kyra Habadaily running for Campo. She's going to swipe second, and then Gray is headed home. She is safe. Habadaily safe at third. Safe all around. Maine on the board, but they could not bring that runner from third home. This is a ground out here to end the frame, and Maine would lose 8-1 in game 1. All right, let's go to game 2 now. Top of the 4th, Maine down 2. Grace McGoldrick at the plate. Nice bunt here. Drops down a beauty, and she is way too fast. Beats that one out. That is a base hit. Same inning, McGoldrick feeling it on the base pass today. She is going to swipe second here. No throw there in time with a slide. So Maine with a chance here. McGoldrick on third after a bunt. Chance to make it 2-1. Campo at the plate. She's got some power, but she swings and misses to end the frame. So to the bottom of the inning. Bases loaded for the Rams. Susan Harrison gets the ground ball to go through the middle. Maine is down 3, 4-0 now. We go to the 6th. Kylie Belinsky at the dish. She's going to rip this one through the right side. 2 runs come in, and then Rhode Island would bring in 2 more in the frame to end the game. 8-0 is the final there. All right, let's stay on the diamond here. Some Red Sox news and some not so good news, despite a real good series in Detroit for the Sox. Newly acquired free agent and arguably Boston's most productive hitter so far, Adam Duvall, is headed to the injury list after hurting his left wrist, diving for a ball late in the game on Sunday in their win over the Tigers. It's being reported that he fractured that wrist after having a season-ending injury in 2022. Same exact wrist. Not a good sight for Sox fans, especially considering Duvall has started the season hitting .455 with 4 homers and 14 ribbies. Bobby Dahlbeck replaces him on the roster. There is no timetable for return, but he is not expected to need surgery. Hope he gets back soon. That's all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
At the Bangor Grand Hotel and Conference Center, you will discover a new dimension of comfort. We've got newly updated rooms, suites, and a new and improved lobby. Our Blue Sky Lounge and restaurant features exceptional food, flavors, and service. We welcome the weary travelers, the sharp-dressed businessman, the overnight basketball tourney fans, and of course, families on their fun adventures. Many of our guests tell us we've become their home away from home. Moving forward is in our design here at the Bangor Grand, and we'll continue to improve on the things we do best, like exceeding your expectations.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive and made.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Beekeepers across the country say ongoing bouts of extreme weather are creating sticky situations for their insects, with many colonies affected by prolonged rain and cold or completely destroyed by tornadoes and hurricanes. Fox News' Ted Linder takes a closer look at how you can give your local honeybees a helping hand this spring.
The state of honeybee populations across the country is anything but sweet.
Bees are beset by pests and parasites, loss of habitat, introduction of new potent pesticide chemicals.
Extreme weather patterns are also taking a toll. Beekeepers in storm-battered California say the past several months of extreme cold and rain have stressed the bees that pollinate critical crops.
Some of that cold weather was right during peak almond bloom in our part of the state. And the bees actually didn't fly significantly for 8.5 days in late February and early March.
The Almond Board of California says the Golden State produces roughly 80% of the world's almonds. While it's too early to know if the delay in pollination will cause production issues, beekeepers say they've needed to give their bees more sugar syrup because they haven't been eating as much nectar.
The bees were not able to fly. And we just want to make sure that they don't starve to death on us.
But the weather's impact on bees isn't isolated to just California.
Hurricane Ian last fall, it wiped out almost all of southern Florida's beekeepers. Bees raised in the southern states like these are shipped north to replace winter losses here.
With honeybee populations continuing to face threats, wildlife experts say you can do your part this spring by not overusing insecticides and by planting native plants and flowers.
All right, here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. So small craft advisory is posted until about 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Wind will be the big issue, though, along the coast. That will cause the wave heights to get active from time to time as well. We do have some energy that's currently moving through this morning. That's going to be causing a little bit of raindrops in a few spots. At least we may have seen that earlier this morning. But for the most part today, we're looking pretty good. The next opportunity for any raindrops will actually be later on tonight as another wave of energy starts to move through. Zooming things out, here's that cold front right about in here. That will start to approach in our direction later on tonight. Very limited moisture. We might notice a few raindrops. That's currently about it. So we'll go with a few sprinkles for the forecast later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky for us today. Here's the raindrops possible later on this evening. Nothing too ridiculous. By tomorrow morning, though, a lot of the clouds get out of here, so we'll see a lot of sunshine to start. Then a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the day. As we head towards Wednesday night, not too bad either, just a few passing clouds. But we'll keep some of those clouds going as we head towards Thursday morning. Gusty winds will be an issue, though. Here we go. Some gusts reaching up to around 20 to 25, even up to 30 miles per hour in a few spots. That's not only the case for today, but look what happens tomorrow and even tonight. Some gusty winds will be happening tonight and tomorrow, with some gusts reaching up to even 40 miles per hour in a few spots at times. So we'll need to be ready for that with the system that will be passing through. That'll make wave heights active. For now, they're calm at around 1 to 3 feet, but with that small craft advisory in effect, do expect these wave heights to increase as you do proceed forward in time. Our average high temperature is 51 degrees. Mid-60s is what we'll do today, with upper 50s on the way for your Wednesday, cooling off a bit, rising back into the mid-60s Thursday, lower 70s Friday, back in the mid-60s Saturday, and cooling off back into the 50s again as we get towards Sunday and also into your Monday. Either way, though, temperatures are warm, so we continue to melt snow. Nothing left in Bangor. Maybe some snow in the surrounding areas. You have to look further off towards the north for any snow that's still on the ground, and that's going to be melting fast with the warmer temperatures sticking around. Mid-60s today, mostly cloudy and breezy. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy, a few sprinkles possible. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-60s. Lower 70s on Friday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the mid-60s.
Building new or replacing an aging deck? Take a look at high-performance Trex composite decking and railing from Hammond Lumber Company. Trex outperforms wood and is available in colors and configurations to fit every taste and price point. Your Hammond sales rep will help you with your design and product choices and can connect you with local builders. And Hammond delivers from any of their 22 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Make the most of outdoor living with Trex composite decking and railing from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Angie's List is losing the list. From now on, it's just Angie.
So what happens to all the people that needed the list?
Oh yeah, everything still works. We just made it better. We even let you book services instantly now.
Start your home project at Angie.com.
You found the one. Peaks Hill Lodge in Dedham. Beautiful outdoor and indoor weddings and events in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. Dance the night away on our 1,100 square foot dance floor. Full service catering and cash bar. Peaks Hill Lodge. Contact us to schedule a tour and book your wedding today.
Listen, do you hear that?
Miss T? Who's that?
They wanna know.
Mom.
That's right, baby.
Y'all got the greatest teacher in the world.
Hi, Miss Grammatique.
Boy.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Oscar Mayer is allowing you to have your dream-filled Wienermobile wedding. The hot dog giant announcing Monday it will be parking its iconic Wienermobile outside of the Little White Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas and offering engaged couples a chance to get married at the 27-foot-long fiberglass hot dog. 30-minute time slots on either Saturday, April 15th or Sunday, April 16th will be available. An official Oscar Mayer hot dogger will officiate the ceremonies, and couples will receive a wiener-shaped cake, along with pictures and a walk down the aisle to the live Wiener Whistle Quartet. The company says it will be covering all the ceremony costs, including travel arrangements and accommodations. And yes, hot dogs will be free.
All right. Good luck to the couples. I bet they'll get a bunch.
A great elopement. Yeah. I love it.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Have a great day.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors. Buy from the best, forget the rest.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
Take your taste buds on a journey and experience the